What's happening YouTube? It's your boy ABN and we are back with a brand new Metin2 video. I know you guys have been wondering what have I been doing for a long time, or why I haven't uploaded any videos regarding Metin2 for a long time. I've lost interest in Metin2, and today I've decided to make a video just pointing out some of the factors, or my top 5 reasons why Metin2 turned into a ghost app. And number 5, we have the merger. Now, many of you might think this was a good idea and it helped Metin2 regain some of its previous popularity. But as many of you know, Metin2 UK started out as 2 servers, Corium and Miang. Well, that started off as Corium, then it was Miang, and so on. Just a few months before the merger happened, they added a 3rd server, which meant many players who were blacklisted on those 2 servers, or people who just wanted a fresh start on a new character, could take advantage of the opportunity and start from 0. However, just a few months after that server was opened, they decided they will merge all 3 servers. Now, initially, a lot of people were excited for the idea, and a lot of players that quitted for a long time decided to come back just to give the new server a try. After a while, they realized that the new server was nothing but the old servers, but without less staff. Now, this idea pissed off a lot of people from the brand new server, and they quitted before even giving it a go. Moving on to number 4, we have updates suiting investors or real money users. Now, many of you might think this was not a bad idea or disagree with what I'm going to say, but let's just go into item shop and check out some of the stuff that they have added. Now let's go to all items, and then we've got this one, which I don't even know. They must have added this while I was away. But then they've got the 6 and 7 bonus adders, the Lord Sash, which you definitely have to be a huge investor to get a good one. Otherwise, you'll get one of the shittest one, and it will take you ages to actually build a decent one, maybe a year or 2. Then you got all of these survival packs that will give you extra XP if you're an actual user or investor. Going down further and further, you see some of the old stuff which did not affect the game so much, because people could add bonuses, change bonuses, and they could just sell those items for Yang. And then they added things like coupon trade. Coupons that you could just sell off some of the gold that you've topped up. This meant the gold user will not only have the best items, but will have the most amount of cash, Yang, whatever you want to call it, in game to spend. So they could get everything they wanted from item shop and from the actual game. Let me just check out some of these stuff, because I don't know what this is. Activate on next login allows you to attack monsters automatically. Allows you to use skills automatically, allows you to use potions automatically. Now, this is ridiculous, because back in the days when I used to play this was an actual hack, and you'd get banned if you did that. They got the name changer, and now you won't know who was a scammer, because they changed their name, they can change their guild, and they could start from fresh and then scam a whole bunch of more people. Overall, these updates ensured that investors not only would not have to play to be rich and powerful, but they'd actually have everything they want at a click of a button. At number 3, we have what you call scamming, or pretending to be someone else to steal another person's items. Now, this is a huge problem for many people, and it made many players actually quit. It's a sad case, and I know it happens a lot more on certain servers, but it affected Metin2 UK drastically as well. Now, you got these kids who just run around. Let me just show you an example of what they do. Let's just create a new player. This is one of my shops, so it doesn't matter what I'm doing. Now, all, you know what, I'm not going to write all, I'm going to write ALI, or how should we do this? Let's go this way. All Pro Ninja. Okay, now my name is All Pro Ninja with ALL, and this is a capital I and L. This is all Pro Ninja. Let's just type it in, go in. Now I've got a player called All Pro Ninja, almost like the one, almost like my main, and let me just show you what they did to actually get these items. Now this is a Chunjo account. I completely forgot about that. Okay, let's just move in toward the center. Now these people would, for example, PM one of these two guys, and whilst in stealth, and say, hey, this is APN, can I borrow one of your items? Or can I borrow your bracelet? I want to duel someone. And they'll immediately trade you. Now, most people will not pay attention to the name, and they just read All Pro Ninja as they would usually, and just trade. This in itself ruined many people's gaming career, Metin2 careers, and so on. This reason also links into my top 2 reasons why Metin2 UK became a ghost town. And number 2, we have staff recruitment. Now, at the very beginning, there were quite a few staff, and they were pretty decent. They helped the community, and they were not corrupt at all. However, as time went on, there were a few bad apples that ruined the reputation of the staff gradually. As time went on, a few bad apples ruined the reputation of the staff for everyone. And eventually, the good staff actually starts getting a lot of abuse, a lot of threats, insults, and so on. Seeing as Metin2 UK staff are volunteers and not being paid, it no longer seemed like a good idea for them to continue taking abuse for no reason. And this meant that the good Metin2 UK staff started quitting, and they quit in a bunch. This left Metin2 UK needing a lot of GMs and staff across all 3 servers. In their rush attempt to refill those vacant spots, there were a few bad decisions made, and there were a lot of bad apples brought into the team. Now, I'm not going to name any specific GM or SGM or GA. However, we all know who they were. Now, right before the big merger, there was a huge scandal on Corium where a few staff actually got banned on their mains for corruption. There were quite a few cases on Miang, and I'd assume there were a few cases on the 3rd server. And finally, we are here at number 1. Now, many of you might have your top 5 reasons why Metin2 UK became a ghost town, and I'd like you to share those with me. But without further ado, here's my top reason: account selling. Now, many of you might wonder, what do you mean by account selling? Some of the older players might be able to tell you that back in the days there was an account selling option, just as there is selling, buying, estimation, and trading for items. Now, the account selling was coordinated by a member of staff, and in 99% of the cases, everything went as planned. But as time went on, Gameforge realized that some people were actually selling those accounts for real money, and this is not something they wanted people to do, for obvious reasons. They would get a lot more investment if people were starting their own account from zero. And as time went on, this became a huge problem, and people were getting banned. There was still the option of you gifting an account to someone, and then that became iffy, and people did not know what the rules were. People were getting rejected for no specific reason. Now, I've quitted Metin for over 18 months, and I have not given my accounts away because they might get banned for selling, even though I'm trying to gift them. And I've already asked if I could gift an account, and my request was denied. This problem would not be number 1 if it did not escalate even further. Now, they decided to take it upon themselves to make it illegal to even share your account with other players. Now, TNC states that it's a person's responsibility to look after their own account, which in itself is pretty vague. For a while, they banned quite a few accounts for sharing. Then they realized that they could not ban every account shared, because 99% of the accounts in-game were shared, which meant they had to ban everyone. Instead of banning, they decided that they will not help anyone who shares their account on a regular basis. Now, you might have a huge problem or a suggestion, and you want to talk to a GM about it. Now, you write him something, you make a let's just go upstairs, you go to support, you write him a message, and then after a week or two or sometime a month, they'll come back and say to you, sorry, because your account is shared, we cannot help you. Now, your problem might not include account sharing. It might be for something entirely different, but they will still refuse to help you. They'll only help you 1% of the time if your account is shared. Now, that might not be true for everyone, but GMs, like all human beings, have preferences, will actually decide not to help you if they don't like you. Do you agree with my list? If so, please drop it a like, click the share button also, and subscribe for more videos like this. I also want to see your top 5 reasons why Metin2 became a ghost town. As always, I wish you a good day and peace.